Now, controversial Badger Cull gets underway this weekend as part of efforts to tackle TB in cattle. More than 5,000 are set to be killed in 2 pilot culls, one in West Gloucestershire and one in West Somerset. Well, I'm joined now by the conservationist Bill Oddie, who's taking part in a march in central London against the cull today. Thank you very much for joining us, Bill. First of all, what's your particular objection to this cull?
There are so many. There's a very specific objection is that the research and the science, which has been going on a long time, very authoritatively, originally actually paid for by the government, said, you know, tell us what we can do, what might help to eliminate the bovine TB, which obviously in cattle is what it's all about. That's what we're, you know, anybody wants healthy animals in the country, whether they're wild or domestic. But all those results pointed to the fact that a cull, first of all, would be very ineffective indeed, and it might actually make things worse. This has been known for many years, and nothing's been done about it. At the end of last year, the government announced that there was going to be a cull, and there was the massed protest, as it were, not just people, you know, let's face it, enjoying themselves to a certain extent, saying we're on the same side, but a massive petition and so on and so forth. And they suddenly, overnight, decided to postpone it for several months. Now, why on earth would you do that? Their excuse was, oh, sorry, we've just discovered that there's nearly twice as many badgers, far more badgers than we thought there were. So in one night, somebody at the government, a miracle man, went out in the pitch dark and had a look down all the holes and recounted the badgers. It's a lie. It's a cover-up, it's a lie. And they've waited for this 6 months or whatever it's been since that, and here we go again. The situation has not changed at all. Nothing has changed. So obviously we believe what we believe then. But on a much bigger level, I am very concerned that this government, and particularly the Environment Minister, although I think he called himself Secretary or something or other, that's Owen Paterson, ignorant and arrogant. They don't listen. He doesn't listen. He comes out with extraordinary statements. They refuse to ban the pesticides that were affecting the bees. They're now suggesting a cull of buzzards and other birds of prey. Why? Why? I wonder why. Their friends who own shooting estates have literally each year 40 million, get your head around that figure, 40 million pheasants are raised purely for shooting. They can barely fly, most of them. And this apparently justifies killing wild birds. No, it doesn't. They're sucking up to the people who benefit, who support, and who probably finance the Tory party and this particular government.
Well, let's return specifically, Bill, if we can, to the Badger Cull.
And in many ways, our humanity.
If I can just drag you back to the specific issue of the Badger Cull, I know there are lots of wider issues that we can discuss, but obviously bovine TB is a very serious issue for people who are raising cattle for the cattle farming industry. It's costing taxpayers £100 million a year to try and contain the problem in testing, in going to visit these farms and compensating farmers for those livestock that they have to tragically kill as a result of the bovine TB.
You know all that to be true, do you? You got all those figures in your head. Every single reporter I've spoken to today says categorically, we know everything. You don't. Don't you? Do you believe everything that politicians tell you? Do you believe that they don't massage figures? Or do you believe that they do massage figures to make sure that what they want to do is support you? You say, this is them. That's a helicopter they send in. As soon as you say something a bit contentious, over comes the helicopter. We tried to do an interview down there. What was it? Bloody trooping of the colour comes by with a big band trying to shut us up.
Bill, I know that a lot of people that aren't in favour of the cull are calling for vaccination, but realistically there is no vaccine that works for cattle, and it's virtually impossible to try and vaccinate a wild species, the badger. So is this not the only plausible solution?
Sorry. You're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong again. I don't know where you get your research from, but you are wrong. There are vaccines which can be used on cattle. They haven't been okayed yet by some European lobby, by all accounts, although I know Brian May went over to Brussels and came back saying, there's nothing to stop us using this right now. The vaccine does exist. The vaccine for badgers is being used all the time. Now, not by the government, but by the people who really care and really do the work and really understand the problem. And that, in this case, is the Wildlife Trust. That's 2 helicopters we've had to send to shut that one up. The Wildlife Trusts are out there and have been for months and months and months. Catching badgers, it's very easy. I'm not going to tell you because you probably go get some friends to go and do it. But it's very easy, and they inoculate them and they release them. And they say, thanks very much. And it's okay. It's going on all the time. There's nothing to stop it.
Okay, well, Bill Oddie, thank you very much for your time and for joining us this lunchtime on Sky News.
It's gone very quiet now.